My understanding is, you're familiar with the new law in Arizona, and my understanding is that doing what you do, if you were to go do it in Arizona, that it would be illegal.
Yeah.
Is that your understanding also of what that law requires now?
Well,
and what are your thoughts about it? Go ahead. Don't fight over it.
We have a lot to say. The law hasn't been put into effect yet. It has been signed, which is horrible. The legislature has approved it, which is also horrible. But there will be constitutional challenges to that law and to the legality.
So none of it has taken effect yet?
Well,
I thought some of it already began to take effect.
I think on an informal level, we've seen a rise of hate crimes, for example. People who feel racist attitudes towards immigrants feel empowered by laws like this, right? And so there's repercussions nationwide in terms of the ways immigrants are treated, the exploitation goes up, sort of racist attitudes become empowered by this sort of behavior. But there will be constitutional challenges to that. We're working in nationwide coalitions to make sure that these challenges are felt at the legislative level, and the protests out there are massive. It has really mobilized people to demand their rights, and we're understanding now that we're under attack. It's not just our right as immigrants, it's our rights as humans, our civil rights, that this country has a long tradition of fight for civil rights, and we have to continue that.
Go ahead, Gonzalo.
And I think it's important also to mention that this is probably a statewide extension of the 287G program, which is basically...
What is that?
Is the police, sheriff's police and immigration collaboration. So basically immigration...
But what does 287G refer to?
It's a program that the Department of Homeland Security, basically ICE, deputize police officers to enforce immigration laws, which is already being done in many parts of the country, even before this law came about. So we hear, especially from, we belong to the National Day Labor Organizing Network, and, day labor groups in Arizona have been under attack for a few years already. Basically people and officers profiling workers and, going to corners or stopping cars and basically detaining people right on the spot and deporting them. We have the videotapes of these police officer enforcing these laws, in many cases taking the parents of the child right there on the spot. And then the whole issue of detention after they are detained. That's a whole obscure and very little known area because there is very little oversight. There is some violations to due process all over the place, and it's a real problem. So I hope that now that everybody's attention is in Arizona, we really have the opportunity to talk about these issues because not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people know that we have a detention center in the middle of Soho. And when we talk about it, like, what? Here in New York City? And so it's really important that we really have this conversation.
How much is what's going on in Arizona on the minds of the people you work with?
It's definitely on their minds. And like Gonzalo was saying, the racial profiling, the harassment by the police and by employers and by racist groups has been ongoing. And this just makes it worse. Few people also know that people can be stopped for minor violations and then enter deportation procedures for a minor thing. If they're interceded by immigration at Rikers Islands, for example. So I think the issue of Arizona is really bringing to light the problems when local enforcement and immigration, which is a federal program, collaborate with each other. And I think that's one aspect also of the immigration reform debate that we haven't been talking about. A lot of the proposals call for an expansion of 287G, the measure that Gonzalo was talking about. So this would mean Arizona all over the place. And really, when you have immigrants who may suffer thefts, domestic violence, issues that happen in communities, and they're not able to approach the police, this becomes a problem for all of us.
And is there, when you say in that discussion, is there concern about, is the discussion, well, we're not going anywhere near Arizona, or is the discussion concerned about what's going to happen here?
Well, some workers are saying that people from Arizona are already coming here. So their lack of jobs they're saying are being more impacted because people are leaving Arizona even this quickly. You have to understand that a lot of low-wage workers are very mobile in a lot of ways. They will go where there's jobs. So if they feel threatened in Arizona, they might come here. And some of the workers that I've talked to are already telling me that there's so many people not so many, but there's people coming so that it's affecting them already. Yeah.
And especially, I think so. I have heard that other states are also thinking about enacting this type of laws. And as long as we don't have a federal immigration reform, which is comprehensive, and we're only using foreigners only policies, and, this is going to keep continuing all over the place.